All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're gonna go over 5 ways to rebound after alcohol relapse. But first, if you care about your own sobriety journey as much as we do, we have over 700 videos on the topics of sobriety and self-improvement. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. All right, let's get started. I know you're probably watching this video because you recently had an alcohol relapse, or you're just looking for a better game plan for the next time that you find yourself in this position. In today's video, we're gonna go over 5 strategies and give you links to our popular videos about these very specific strategies. Now, you may remember us referring to relapse as a sobriety detour. Remember, sobriety is a journey. And just like all journeys, there's gonna be some detours, some bumps in the roads, and some obstacles between where you are and where you want to be. So the first tip is approach your relapse as simply a detour. We made a video about this a while back called Are You on a Sobriety Detour? And I'll put a link in the video description down below under video suggestion number 1. Regardless if you're on a career path or working on a romantic relationship, or even when it comes to our family, we might find ourselves on some sort of detour at some point. But it's important to remember that anytime that you find yourself getting lost, that you don't just stay lost. If you were to say, go on a cross-country road trip and the GPS all of a sudden stopped working, you wouldn't just stop where you are and then just rent the closest apartment, would you? You would use whatever other resources that you have, such as you would follow the signs on the highway. You might stop and ask for directions. And after you stop and ask for directions, you might pull over to the next gas station for an old-fashioned map. And the same principles apply here in your sobriety journey. Just because you're a little lost here in the moment doesn't mean that you stay lost. Just because you got a flat tire doesn't mean that you just abandon the vehicle. I want you to remember this motto moving forward. Whenever you're not where you want to be in life, keep going. And again, if you want to watch the full video about being on a sobriety detour, look for the link in the video description down below. It's going to be under video suggestion number 1. Tip number 2 is simply a reframing exercise. Ask yourself this simple question. Am I going to stay down or am I going to get back up? Eventually, the show will be over. The book will have its final chapter and the movie of your life will come to an end. But a relapse is not your end. You're always going to be writing new chapters to the story of your life. You're always going to be writing new adventures and recasting the characters and remembering that you are the hero of your own story. Sometimes the hero gets distracted or lost or injured and maybe a little hopeless. But part of the hero's journey is overcoming the odds and the obstacles that stand in the way of the outcome and the ending that you deserve. But it must be earned. You can watch our videos until you're blue in the face, but until you make the effort to change what's happening to you and start making life happen for you, you're gonna keep reliving the same old chapters and keep revisiting the same old cast of characters that got you to where you are in the first place. Am I staying down or am I getting back up? It doesn't matter how many times you fall. It matters how many times that you get back up. The world's greatest inventors, mathematicians, artists, and scientists all had to go back to the drawing board at some point over and over again before they got it right. From your favorite car, your favorite song, your favorite recipe, or even the light bulb, they all started with failure before they became a success. By the way, I wonder what used to pop up over people's heads when they had a great idea before the invention of a light bulb. Tip number 3 is to be kind to yourself. Show of hands. How many of you think that you are your own worst enemy? You're probably your biggest critic, aren't you? But that's the voice that's guiding you, the voice that's trying to lead you in the right direction. I like to call it my inner coach. But right now, your inner coach might be kind of mean and overly critical. And just like when you were a kid and maybe had a coach back then, more often than not, it probably felt like suffering, didn't it? Why do I have to run sprints and laps? And why do I have to run another mile? I just did one. Why do I have to do these drills over and over again? Well, we have to do these drills and these exercises over and over again to build discipline, to build resilience, to become stronger, faster, and more confident. And just like we had to listen to our coach then, we have to listen to our inner coach now. But the secret is, be kind to yourself. Be the kind of coach that gets results. You are the coach and you are the athlete. Just like you are both the boss and you're also the employee of the company of you. Remember when we talked about that a few episodes ago? You are in the company of yourself. Be on the same team. Be kind to yourself. Be a good boss. Be a good coach. A coach that you actually want to listen to instead of one that you want to hide and run away from. Isn't that one of the reasons why you wanted to drink in the first place? Because the pressure of life was just too much, wasn't it? Don't forget to give yourself a pat on the back every now and then and tell yourself that you're doing a good job. Way to say no. Way to make a better decision back there instead of self-sabotaging like you normally do. Give yourself positive pep talks, kind of like these videos. Tell yourself that you can do it. Be more loving and less militant. And if you want to watch a video on learning how to love yourself after getting sober, click on video link number 2 in the video description down below. By the way, I have all of today's links organized for you in the video description down below, and I have a few more coming up, plus a bonus tip at the end, so make sure that you stick around. So tip number 4 is refamiliarizing yourself with the 5 enemies to your sobriety. This includes the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. 5 enemies. We have a very comprehensive video on this very topic, which also walks you through developing your own worksheet, aka a game plan or a battle plan. Once you complete your own worksheet, you'll already have a comprehensive list of all of the enemies to your sobriety. And by the way, you need to keep your list updated. So keep revisiting that list over the next couple of weeks as new enemies pop into your head. From the people, you know who those people are, the places, all those places that you used to hang out at, to the things, the activities, those certain times a day. How about the weekends? That's always a big struggle for us in the beginning, right? Or maybe the holidays. You have to be aware of all of these enemies to your sobriety journey so that they don't sneak up on you and wind up knocking your sober legs out from under you. And just like any good battle plan, you need to know the enemy. How many soldiers are there? What kind of ammunition do they have? What time of day are they likely to attack? What are my vulnerabilities? What are my weaknesses? Do I have reinforcements? How can I effectively dodge the bullet? And again, if you want to watch that video, it's called What Are the 5 Enemies to My Sobriety? And the link is in the video description down below under video suggestion number 3. And the 5th tip for today's list is creating healthy habits after getting sober. Drinking alcohol is obviously already a bad habit, but if you're anything like me, the bad habit didn't just end there. Maybe you also smoked cigarettes or did other drugs. What about getting terrible sleep because of too much caffeine or late night scrolling on social media? How about other toxic behaviors like self-induced stress and attracting more drama into your life because you didn't figure out how to set personal boundaries? Maybe you were getting little to no exercise or you were eating worse, you name it. I was doing all of that. And just like we talked about earlier, we can all find ourselves on some sort of detour. And sometimes we can easily find ourselves flat out going the wrong direction. At some point, you have to swallow your pride and set aside your ego. Think about it. If you've been traveling for 2 hours in the wrong direction, that means that you're gonna have to turn around and travel back 2 hours just to get back to where you came from. But if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. Sometimes we confuse movement with progress. I'm gonna say that one again. Sometimes we confuse movement with progress. Just because you're going in a direction doesn't mean that it's where you're supposed to be going. Listen to your inner coach. You already know the keys to success. You just have to decide that you're on the same team. And on top of that, you have to want your team to win. And if you want to watch the video that we put out on 5 healthy habits to start after getting sober, click on video suggestion number 4. And we told you that there was one more bonus suggestion just for you if you found yourself relapsing, and that is the asterisk method. So if you want to find out more about the asterisk method, I'll tell you a little bit right now. So let's say you had a nice sobriety streak of 60 days, and then maybe something happened at work. It was just too much stress to handle. And you caved in and you had a couple of drinks. What we do is we remember what we talked about earlier in the video, to listen to your inner coach, to be kind to yourself. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, you get yourself 24 more hours of sobriety. And then what you do is you pick up your sobriety streak exactly where you left off. And now you are 61 days sober with an asterisk next to it 24 hours later. Make sense? Listen, we're all imperfect. That's exactly why I named the channel Getting Sober ... again. Because for most of us, this isn't our first rodeo. And also too, this is why I believe it's so important to practice no judgment sobriety. I'm not here to make you raise your hand and announce to the world that you're an alcoholic. You know that you're more than that. I know that you're more than that. And more importantly, the people that love you most know that you're more than that too. You know that you're capable of doing more, right? And your inner coach knows that you're capable of doing more too. That's the voice. But you have to decide which side of the line that you're on. Are you on the side of the line of what you need to do? Or are you on the side of the line of only what you're actually willing to do? You see, there's a very clear difference there. And for most people that are lacking the success that they want personally, professionally, romantically, or even with sobriety, they don't do what's necessary to take themselves out of their comfort zone. Do what you need to do. And again, we have a video about what to do if you broke your sobriety. So if you want to watch that video next, click on the link in the top corner of the screen. So what do you think of today's video? Are you feeling a little bit better about yourself? Are you feeling a little bit more comfortable in your sobriety journey? If so, tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to show your support for everybody here in this sobriety community by giving this video a thumbs up. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your self-improvement journey, and I will see you in the next video. If you want to see another one of our videos, click here.